Hey folks, hope you're doing good. Still got some bands to round up before the end of the year. We're going to do two genres today because we've got a couple of doomer, stonery kind of sludge bands, and we've got some thrashy bands as well, which I'm looking forward to recapping. First band I want to mention up today is a band called Coffin. We checked these guys out actually on a night video because their track's 11.5 minutes long, but I enjoyed every last second of this one. These guys are super heavy, weighty music, slow, drawn out, sludgy, got a groove to it though, nice heavy vocal. So yeah, these guys kicked ass. I really thought they had a great sound. Great sound, nice groove in the riffage, you know, down, 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 just kind of slides about on the neck. Dope. I really enjoyed that band. We've got to get them on the show more. Got to get this guy on the show more as well. I think this is a one-man band, maybe works with other musicians as well. This was Non-Viable. We did down-tempo deathcore. We didn't really have any other tracks or bands on the show like this in the year. Really, really down-tempo music, super slow, but still got a real slam to it that you can get into. Heavy as hell, big, loud, heavy mix. Yeah, this guy was great. I need to get him on more. Massive mix. Dope. Heavy as hell that music is. Really loud, wide mix. It just pummels you. Dope. Love that one. Love this one as well. This was another night video. This is a 9-minute track. But these kind of sludgy, drawn out, doomy tracks, you know, they usually end up long because the riffs are drawn out and long as well. But these guys were great. I enjoyed every second of their track. Super heavy. Again, just dirty, sludgy, heavy music. Nice groove again to it. I enjoyed that track a lot. Had a great groove to it, big fuzzy tone to the bass and the guitars. Really nice. Now we're starting to move into the more kind of thrashier stuff from the kind of more sludgy, doomy bands. I wanted to mention those three bands because out of all the kind of drawn out bands that we heard, those three I thought kicked it hard, very hard. Now this band I want to mention, we had these guys on the show a few times, Bartok. These are a great band. They had a lot going on in their music, a lot of different edges. There's a metalness to them. There's a thrashiness to them as well. So we're starting to move into the more thrashy music now. But yeah, these guys were great. We had them on a few times and enjoyed them every single time. Nice groove in these guys as well. Yeah. Good attitude in this one. Yeah. Got a lot of edges going on in their music. It moves through the sections, different stuff going on. There's thrashy bits, there's metal bits, there's shouty bits, there's spoken word bits and singy bits. So there's lots of different things happening in their music, but it all sounds very good. High quality band. We enjoyed those a lot. Now, these are the more thrashy bands that I've put on the list. We've got 4 to remember. As you probably know, if you've been watching the thrashy vids or the days this year, I've been loving the thrash. I've got into thrash when I was young, into Metallica, all the rest of it, then into nu metal, left thrash behind, as you do, and then thrash did kind of die. There weren't too many bands doing it. But in the last kind of, I don't know how long, 10 years, I guess, there's this new wave of thrash, second wave of thrash coming on, where, it's kind of getting a resurgence. They're thrashing about the neck. It's proper thrash, like the proper kind of battery and fast-paced thrash from back in the day. They got the guitar tones and all the rest of it, but it's nice and modern. It's got a nice modern mix. It's loud, it's punchy, the drums are punchy, and it just comes across your ear in a different way. It's a bit like the death metal. Old school death metal's got great riffs and it's great music, but it's not the best recording. And it doesn't hit you as hard as the modern death does anyway. And I think that's the same for thrash in a similar way. The old music's still great. There's nothing wrong with it, but the modern mix just means that music comes across your ear in a much more punchy and forceful way. And I think it just suits the sound great, gives it an extra energy and level of kind of forcefulness and volume over your ears, and it just sounds great. So we're going to mention 4 bands that have kicked ass in terms of being a thrash band, in my opinion. This band's Protest. This track we checked out was Abuse of Power. I thought these guys just kicked ass. Thrashing about, not messing about. It's not kind of just standard thrash. It's the hardcore thrash. It's the extreme thrash. The fast-paced, real kind of powerful end of the thrash spectrum. That's the stuff I love the most. This other band I want to mention, Wolf Legion, we only had them on the show once, but this track was one of the first tracks that really pricked my ears in terms of this new thrash sound and mix and all the rest of it. And I was like, yeah, I really like this. So I was starting to, after I checked out this band, I started to try and find more and more of it. I was like, yeah, this is a great sound. And what I particularly like about this band as well is a vocalist's tone. It's got quite a high-pitched tone. It's different. It's kind of not a standard tone, but it works really well with the music. I think it fits the tone of their band well, and the guitar tones that they use, but it kind of gives a real high range power to the music as well. And because it's quite unique, I like it just because it's different as well. So yeah, I really like the vocal on this one, but overall the track was just great as well. Another high tempo kind of blasting thrash track. So yeah, this is Wolf Legion. Moves through the riffs nicely, keeps that high energy the whole time going. As I say, I just think that vocal's got a unique tone. It's different, but it sits well with the guitars and kind of fills that more of a kind of higher mid-range space that isn't normally filled in this kind of music with a guy with a lower vocal. So yeah, I think it just works out really well in the sound. Very, very cool band. This is a cool band as well, Rest in Chaos. Again, just another great high-tempo thrash band that I enjoyed on the show. Made me kind of enjoy thrash more and more, and makes me, in 2021, really want to check out a lot of thrash bands. It's going to be on my list, probably going to try and dedicate a day a week to thrash and that kind of music, because to me, it's one of my more favorite genres, or it's kind of heading that way at least. I just can't get enough of that thrashiness and the drumming and all the rest of it. I think it just kicks ass. So yeah, this is Rest in Chaos. These guys were heavy, massive mix. Big punchy drums. Yeah, great guitar tone. Dope. Almost a deathiness to these guys with that gutturally vocal. Just a heavy band. These were a nice video to go with it as well, high quality. So yeah, I think this is the only track we had from Rest in Chaos, but we need to definitely check these guys out more, because that kind of deathy, thrashy heaviness, blazing drums, yeah, very, very nice. Now we're going to finish off with this last band, and these were my kind of real eye-opener, wow, this is great music, thrash band of the year. And we didn't check them out too long ago, actually. It's quite a long track, nearly 7 minutes long, but it's worth every second. This is The Blindness of Faith by In Malice's Wake, and I just thought this track was so great. I think I'm pretty sure I called the day Superb Thrash. I don't normally put it like that, but yeah, I just enjoyed all the bands so much on that thrash day that I was like, this is a superb thrash day. That's all I could say. So yeah, this is the kind of thrash that I'm looking for, that I want to find more bands like, because I'm sure they must be out there. This can't be the only band with this sound. But high tempo thrash, I think they've got a nice deathiness to them as well. And just heavy as hell, and just with that modern, clear, punchy mix, it just really hits you hard and thrashes your ears about. So we're going to listen to this one in full. This is In Malice's Wake. The bass nicely, it's got a grind to it, great guitar tone, sick drumming. Drums sound sick. Yeah. It's still got that old school riffage, old school guitar tone, so it's still, got the elements of the classic thrash in there, but it just sounds modern. It's got a modern sound to it. It's got a modern edge in the mix. Nice gravelly vocal. dope. Love the groove vocal as well, gives it a nice power. Drum is sick. All over the kit, all over the cymbals. Nice tight, crisp gallop riffs. You can hear every last chug. Yeah. Nice atmospheric synthiness as well in there to add a bit more depth to the music. Give it an atmosphere. Gives it that kind of cathedral sound as well. Yeah. All their riffs are just thrashy riffs. They just sound right with that kind of guitar tone as well. You see the bassist is ripping out as well. Here we go. The only thing I'd like to see from these modern thrash bands is maybe doing some vocal over the solo. It's like, when the music just stops for the guitarist to do a solo, it's cool, don't get me wrong, but I think there's kind of more ways to think outside the box than that. Doing a vocal maybe over the solo, maybe having a double solo at the same time, a bass and a guitar solo at the same time, or something like that. Just to try and mix that up a little bit, because I feel that format has been done a lot. Guys have got like an epicness about them. Just feels like big music. Love it. That's exactly what I want from modern thrash. Elements of the old school, got old school bits in there that you recognize and love, but we're still with a nice modern spin on it, a nice modern sound and mix, punchy and loud with a clarity to it. You can hear every last little bit of the chug when they're doing the gallop riffs and everything like that. It's got a nice fat sustain from when they're doing the more drawn out open chordy stuff. So yeah, I think it just sounds great. The drummer in that band is killing it. All over his kit. He's got a massive kit as well, and he uses every last bit of it all over the cymbals, tinging and crashing, just sick. Big long fills as well. So yeah, I really just think they're pumping a lot of energy and a lot of sound into this music. It's thrashing, it's ripping about. It's got a heavy vocal in this one as well. Lots of vocal layering and group vocal to kind of shout it out, give it a power. As I say, this track seems kind of quite epic. It's kind of, if it was in a movie, you know, it'd be something like Lord of the Rings type music. It's got that big battle kind of sound to it, I think. Just dope. Really, really enjoy the new thrash. Going to be hearing a lot more of it in the new year, so I hope you enjoy it as well. But it does seem to go down pretty well. But yeah, I'm going to be digging it out. I'm hoping to get more submissions and catch the ear and of other thrash bands, so they make submissions. But yeah, we'll be checking out a lot more thrash in the new year because I just think it's great. I love the energy of it and I love the power of it as well. Some styles of music are just like for their energy, but they're not particularly powerful music. Some styles of music are like just for the pure power of it, like deathcore and things like that, but it's not necessarily got a lot of energy. But thrash just ticks both those boxes, a bit like death as well. It's got the pace, it's got the energy, it's got the rippiness and the blast beats and all that great stuff, but it's also got a thick power to it. So it kind of just really comes at you hard, this music does. It's like a flurry of hard punches instead of just little taps. So I think it's great. It just really kind of hits you hard nicely. So that's going to be it for the doomy, sludgy and thrash bands on today. We've still got a couple of genres to round up. We've got to do the night vids, which is going to be probably an hour long, that one. And we've still got the rock bands to review as well, because I've been listening to a lot of rock this year. I've been listening to a lot of rock, punk and thrash, which is out the ordinary for me, and I enjoyed all of them. I've got on board with them all. So it just shows you, the more you listen to it, the more you put your ear to the different kinds of styles of music, you can appreciate stuff about them and you start to get into it more and more. So there you go. Hopefully we can do that with this show, expose people to different genres that they wouldn't normally listen to, and then they might think, hang about, this is actually all right. I'm enjoying it. It's not stuff I want to listen to all the time, but every so often when I check it out on the show or whatever, yeah, I enjoy it. And that's what it's all about. Just enjoy music in the moment. So I hope you've enjoyed this moment. How long have we gone on for? 20 minutes, not too bad. So yeah, hope you're having a good day. See you around. Bye.